Very pleasant. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to a Thursday edition of the program. Jeff DeForest. We got Mike Lubitz. We got the men to wear black today. I don't know what Gurggles is going to be wearing, but he will be conducting the Trivia Challenge show. You can join us for that. The number to call if you want to get in, 954-417-0070. We have a limited field that we usually contest the program with. And I
Love
know...
newbies.
What's that?
We'd love newbies. We'll take them.
It's hard to dig up these days. I don't know why. I guess, are people reluctant to join in because the caliber of player that usually performs here and gets in on the program is so high that you're a little reluctant to compete? I had a thing yesterday when I was doing this like voiceover seminar. I had a bunch of people reading a sample and they were critiquing it. I don't know. I was going to throw my hand up. You had to click a thing. Unfortunately, I couldn't find a thing that you click to put your hand up so that you wanted to give it a shot. And wow, these guys were great. So you're thinking, where do I fit in this? I don't care what kind of voice people tell me I have. These guys were really, really polished. So you're a little reluctant maybe to jump in there. I was very happy to just, as I was at most press conferences, just sit in the background and observe. But the press conference thing is a different thing, though, because there were no great answers that were ever coming out of these press conferences. We discussed that. Like I said the other day, if Jeff Hafley literally castrates a buffalo while he's up there, boils its genitals in oil right in front of Stephen Ross and says, "This is what's happening to the Bills," I'm all in on the guy. I want an absurd crazy man. Never mind these polished coaches. Well, you know what? We're going to do everything that we can. We're going to get a culture going here that is a winning culture. We're going to develop a winning attitude. We're going to start doing that at the very first practice, the very first OTA. Okay, Jeff, way to go. Did you see the record of the team last year? It's another 7-10 season, which is barely above the Mendoza line. Is it not, for complete and utter disaster, catastrophic failure? And we know this, and we've complained about this forever, Lubie, that rewarding futility is one of the just absolutely absurd conditions in sport, where the worse you are, the better chance you have of getting better. That because of draft positioning. NFL definitely needs to go to some kind of draft lottery in addition, just like other leagues have. I don't know that it totally curtails the tanking aspect because you still have the best chance. I think everybody in the lottery should have an even chance, Libby. What about that? We keep proposing viable changes, and it's like throwing up a realistic law that's going to help Americans in front of Congress these days. No chance whatsoever. Where do we stand on the Second Amendment right now?
I love that. I don't know whose side I'm on anymore. People are on my side that never have been. People are still against me that always have been. People who took lots of money from the NRA are now saying, "Well,
not everybody should have a gun." I mean,
I'm so confused. It's a very confusing time.
Very confusing times. That's why you just got the data.
Something now that Republican senators want to get rid of the 17th Amendment, which is that we vote for our senators and Congress people, and they want to take it out of our hands. They want the legislators to vote. Like,
why vote? Exactly.
Whatever, man. I don't even know what to do anymore.
The absurdity of the conditions that are going on around the country right now is it's actually frightening to me. But other people are just looking at it and going, "Well, you know what? This is what we wanted." I believe this is actually it's odd to think that many people really wanted to go in this direction, and are very happy about it. But what the heck? We're not going to complain. The Belichick fallout, though. Speaking of voting. All right, so here's what I didn't know until this morning when I started reading some of the fallout articles about and the general perception is that this was a complete F up.
It's a travesty. I know.
A travesty. And I'm more inclined to go along with that than I am to say, well, you know what, they'll put him in next year and it'll all be fine. So what does he lose at that point? The distinction of being a first round, first ballot Hall of Famer. Does that really matter in the end? I think it's going to be anticlimactic. And it's taken a lot of the punch out of Belichick's recognition. Look, if you want to say he was a flaming cheater and he would have cheated at any turn to try and get a victory, does he differ that much from anybody else? I guess that's what came out from a lot of the people. Jimmy Johnson was particularly. Now, he loves Belichick.
And best friends. I take that with a massive grain of salt.
All right. So you figure Jimmy's going to come out with stuff that's going to be very favorable and flattering to Belichick by comparison to everybody else, saying he was a flaming cheat and a complete asshole to the media, and that's part of the reason that he's not in the Hall of Fame right now on the first ballot. But by any criteria, Hall of Fame judgment. Look, the guy was never suspended. He was fined 250 grand. The team was penalized. They lost a first round pick. I would imagine Kraft also had to dig into his pocket there and pay some kind of penalty. Not that that was going to be enough to make any difference to the bottom line of the New England Patriots or to Robert Kraft at this stage, because how much money did he make on his investment?
Oh, good.
Did he buy the team from Victor Kayam, the guy with the lady chick? Or was there an owner in between?
I don't know. Maybe.
Did the Yankees ever own the team? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yankees owned half of Boston. Anyway, I mean, it is ridiculous when you really look at it, Lubie. And it's even more absurd when you examine the criteria a little bit for what it took, or what it would have taken for Belichick to get in. There were 50 voters, and they can each name 50 voters, though. You need 40 votes, but there were 50 voters. You needed 40. He didn't get it. So at least 11 people left him completely off the ballot. Now, to do that, you were allowed to name 3 of the people that were in the category, and this included contributors, which Robert Kraft was the only contributor. Coaches, I guess, fall on this list for some reason after 1 year of being out of the league. Is that the deal? 1 year they have to sit out before they're eligible.
Okay.
And then you have as many retired players that have gotten into the Hall of Fame via this method. And the other guys that were on the list this year, Kraft was one as a contributor. And the senior finalists were Kenny Anderson, who I could see being a Hall of Famer. Kenny Anderson was a great quarterback back in the day.
Bengals, Ken Anderson. Okay, People, a lot of people pushed for him for years.
Yeah.
And he sort of just gets left out. I don't really know him. He's before my time. But I've heard
Roger Craig, excellent ball player, Hall of Famer. I mean, there have been a lot of great running backs. They're not all in the Hall of Fame.
Craig's.
I could see that being a 50-50 proposition.
It's great, but the fact that he hasn't gotten in yet, to me, that he had his shot. Like, he's one of those, like we talk about. There's you are, you're not. And to me, if he was going to be in, he would be in by now.
L.C. Greenwood, fabled player, part of
that's before my time, but from what I know, he's be automatically Hall of Fame. I don't know. That's more your time. I don't know him.
But I could have seen myself voting for any or all of these guys.
I know his lore. Like, the lore of L.C. Greenwood's pretty real. So he's one that I'm confused why he's not in.
All right, but you put the 333 wins of Bill Belichick on the list. You put the 6 Super Bowls as a head coach. You put the 2 Super Bowls as a high-ranking assistant, defensive coordinator under the great Bill Parcells. And you put the overall record of, like, whatever that is, 17 divisional titles, 9 appearances in the Super Bowl, besides the 2 as an assistant. I mean, he stands out over the rest of the people that are on this list. I mean, Bob Kraft bought a team. He had a lot of money, bought a team.
Well, Bob Kraft and Belichick have to go hand in hand. I mean, you can't. That's the thing that when people who are telling me I'm biased, but saying I'm not totally wrong, are saying, look, the thing is, if they're going to do the penalizing Belichick, then you have to penalize Kraft. You have to penalize Brady. And it feels like they're not going to do that. It feels like they're doing it to Belichick and not Kraft and Brady. And that I admit is weird. Look, he's going to get in. He should get in. He arguably, inarguably, actually, I don't think they're really.
If he is, though, then what was the point of these? How do you, out of, if you have a chance to list 3 of these people on your ballot, you're one of the 50 voters.
I mean, it's a.
How do you not put Belichick as one of the 3 people? Not even like the only guy. One of the 3 people that you could have included on this, because if you're on the list of somebody's ballot, one of the 3, it counts as a vote. So that means 11 people left the guy completely off and did not think that Belichick was more worthy of being in the Hall of Fame, in spite of the Spygate, Deflategate, whatever, than Kenny Anderson, who, as you said, been kicking it around forever. Roger Craig, who you consider to be somewhat debatable. L.C. Greenwood, who was part of a great defense, but did he stand out individually? Yes, to the level where he should be a Hall of Famer? Maybe. I don't know that I'd be opposed to him getting Hall of Fame stature at this point.
So you have to pick 3 people, or can you say, look,
you don't have to. No, you could pick no one, I guess.
That's my thing is, I in that group, I mean, it's Belichick gets Kraft and no one else. I don't like. I would put Greenwood. I would put Greenwood from one of the lore. And again, they always do that though. When like you're a great group, usually the entire group gets in. Like it's weird to pick it. They did that with the Dolphins defense, which is annoying. Like most of those guys deserve to be in, and they picked like one, and they left out Bonacane, they left out Scott, they left out like guys that were just as big playmakers as the guys that let in. And it was weird how they picked and choose who they let in, who they didn't let in. Like usually, if you have a great defense like that, all the guys. Like the whole Purple Beaver Eaters, the Steel Curtain, they all should get in. Like they were all a big part of why that defense was great. Look, again,
voter accountability though is another thing. Just to throw this in there, Lube. Voter accountability. Like you don't have to say they listed the 50 people in one of the articles I read that have votes. 22 of them had verified or vouched for the fact that they voted for Belichick, and the other 28 can go. It's kind of like being back in the day when you would be an anonymous caller on a talk radio show. And you could hide behind the phone and say whatever the hell you wanted. I mean, we had a dump button, which didn't work, by the way, at our place, right?
It worked. You just couldn't.
I would call in and say, "You're an effing."
If you curse after a curse, that curse was getting in. That's how the dump.
Yeah, when the dump button doesn't dump it,
they're supposed to drop them the minute they curse because.
That's always a big thing, though. I mean, what would you say? And we've talked about this as a criteria for being critical of players. Would you walk up to a player and say, "Hey, you flat out suck"?
No,
if you're doing this on the air and you had a chance to confront the player or be in front of that player, would you stick to the same thing? The old Jim Rome, Jim Everything, right? I mean, we perfectly parodied that when I called Jim Mad Dog Manage the French Poodle for the good portion of a segment and feigned a fight that people still think was real to this day.
That's funny.
But would you have the courage to go ahead and say, "Hey, look, I think what you're doing is absolutely wrong." If you were standing in front of the guy, and if you wouldn't be willing to do that, then why should you be able to hide behind a microphone or whatever? And in this case, there's no accountability. I mean, nobody knows that they're not obligated to come and be transparent about who voted and who did.
I think they.
I don't know one guy that didn't vote Jeter in. Remember, and he never.
That was ludicrous. Yeah, there was no reason for that. I mean, the only reason was why is he the first? Because I don't think Jeter deserved to be the first. But and then Mariano of all people becomes the first, which was freaking weird. Closer. Look, he deserves to be in. He'll be in. I assumed he would have got in whenever. I don't even know. So this isn't the actual Hall of Fame. This is like the vote, like the veterans, like what they do with baseball. Is that what this is?
I guess maybe
these are all random people that haven't played in 20 years. So this is not like the Zach Thomases, the Brian. Like this is not dudes that just retired within the last 5 years. So I don't even know what group this is.
It's senior.
Yeah, this is like the dudes that don't get in, but they feel bad, so they're like, maybe we'll give them a few more shots, whatever. He should have gotten in. I'm not. I was surprised they didn't put him in, but my contention, and it's well, I still don't understand how people are still talking about this thing. I don't think this is this big of a topic. I think.
I think a lot of people are looking at it this way: that it really diminishes all the credibility of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. That if this guy doesn't get in on the first ballot, so what does it mean for anybody?
I hate that they're putting his career in this context where the cheating gets ignored. I'm sorry, I hate it. I hate that he got caught cheating throughout his career, and that's the thing.
Think about the cheating aspect of it. I mean, when you really look at it, I'm thinking that was more on Brady. Belichick might have known about it.
He was involved.
But as I said yesterday, if Brady had said, "Hey, listen, Bill, I got to put helium in the ball. I can't throw it 20 yards down the field,"
he would have said yes.
He would have said, "Yeah, go ahead." I mean, he would have sucked the helium out of a balloon and sounded funny for a few minutes.
I'm not saying I would have held him to it. I don't know what the hell I would have done. I'm just not going to be mad at the people that did. That's all I'm saying. Like, if you get caught cheating 3 times and well, it wasn't the real cheating. It was cheating. Like, what do you mean?
Oh, well, why does everybody cover their mouth then when they're talking? You got a pitcher that doesn't even speak English. He's on the mound there, and he's got his glove over his mouth.
Yeah, you got people are trying to steal
all day long. You got the coaches with the card over their mouth.
100%.
I mean, so what are the assumption then is that they are lip readers planted 100%. All over the stadium that are going to be able to relay these signals in if you possibly expose your 100%. Lips for them to be read.
He isn't the first.
What's going on? I mean, of course, everybody's trying to do this.
He isn't the first. He's not the last. Don't get caught. I don't know what to tell you. like I said yesterday, we all speed. When the cop pulls you over, if you start saying, I wasn't speeding, those are the people they give the biggest ticket to. Like, you have to just eat it. You got caught. You're the one that's going to get punished. Well, he got punished. Yes, that means it was egregious enough to punish him. So if it's egregious enough to punish him and someone wants to hold him accountable later on for the freaking Hall of Fame, I'm not going to be mad at them. Would I have done it? Probably not. Does he deserve to be in? Yes. Is he first ballot? Obviously. He's the best coach ever, even with the cheating. But again, as Ken will talk tomorrow, who knows how important the cheating was?
I mean, the
Because
professor.
again, what people want to forget is the third cheating was the first cheating. So if you want to say it's nothing, he got caught, he got popped, they lost $100,000 and a first round pick. And then 10 years later, he does it again. If it's so useless, why would he do it again? So obviously it's not useless. Obviously it's something real. And obviously he cheated. Is everyone cheating? Yes. Don't get caught. I don't know what to tell you. Or change the rules. Again, I think it's weird they made this a big deal, because I'm not going to get mad at the people trying to hold the criminal, because that's what he is. He broke laws of the NFL, accountable. I think that's maddening to me. I think that's the world where we live in now, where it's like, he cheated. Well, you can't hold him accountable for cheating. What?
I could see that side of the argument, and I would generally tend to agree with you. I just think that with the criteria for the Hall of Fame, none of this was really brought. I didn't even know he was eligible this year. Did you?
No clue.
No idea that Belichick was going to be a Hall of Famer. Anyway, let's skip to more trivial matters.
We got Gurgs.
There is such a thing, and of course, that means we're going to bring in the king of all trivia. Well, right up there with you and the Professor Lubie with your live shows, but. And I got high praise. I had an exterminator had to come in, was having a little bug problem here. And there was a guy named John, was arbitrarily assigned to me. And as he said, is this Mr. DeForest? I said, yes. He said, I knew it was you. I know you could tell by the voice. It was great. And so he comes over to the house. The guy was all happy, thinking, hey, I'm meeting this guy that I listened to forever. And what was his parting comments to me as I was doing something on a show? He says, the Trivia Challenge was the greatest show in the history of radio. I loved every second of it. So, and he mentioned you, Dave Gurggles Gergely, and of course, the Polyman. He asked me to do a Polyman impression. I said, I don't really do that good of a Polyman impression, but it's not a tough one. I mean, for people to recognize. But high praise for the show. High praise for you, Dave Gurggles Gergely. I wanted to pass that along. John, the exterminator, did a great job. Bugs, they tend to come out more after the treatment. That's
in the beginning,
in the very beginning, and then they realize it's over, Johnny. It's over. Gurggles, how are you, my friend?
Good, cold. I already made my first round on the course, checking all the sand and making sure everything's square out there. And it is cold, believe me.
Is it really?
I'm off Friday, Saturday, Sunday because it's going to get wicked cold here Sunday morning. But we're still packing. We're doing 150 golfers, selling our Perdomo cigars, and the course is doing great. We had DJ Khalid here the other day playing, doing a little video. Yeah.
How's he playing?
I went up to him and said, are you Little Dirt? And he said, no, I'm not.
How's his game? Did you watch him hit a few shots?
Well, he was hitting some walking golf. Maybe he's doing a new song called Walking Golf. I don't know. But it was nice to have him out here. And we're very, very busy right now. And every day is good. We just built a brand new deck outside for food and beverage. And there's one hole on the course where KC and the Sunshine Band, where Casey lived, and it blocks the wind. And I go there every day. It's 5 degrees warmer there. But other than that, everything's fine. Tonight I'm having dinner with a guy that I played basketball with in 1967 in junior high. Yeah. His dad tried to get Will Chamberlain to shoot free throws. His dad was a shooting expert named Hank Slider, and this is his son. So I'm meeting them up in Fort Lauderdale at a nice place called Tamarindo's on Federal Highway. So we'll have a nice dinner up there. How'd it go last night, Mike, for yours?
It went well. Actually, it was our best crowd. The place was packed. I don't know. I guess people like to go out when it's cold. I don't know. It was
yeah.
We
Ron and the gang make it. Their team make it.
We're back in the fold.
I got to make a point to get up there.
Was there, and it was a lot of fun. It was a really competitive game. We had a good time, and I guess this weather is bringing out people out of the woodwork, which is cool.
Good. And also, Jeff, I made my bet on the Super Bowl as soon as it came out. I took the Seattle and laid the 4.5. I think it's going to go to 6.
That's what most of us are.
I haven't seen any movement on this line. It's right there at
the early.
My New York Post here. I like Seattle to win the game. I really do. Yeah. They're playing a better brand of football. I think New England had some really good fortune. It takes nothing away from their season. I thought they were great this year. Really enjoyed watching the accuracy of Drake May and the development of a team that had only 4 wins to win the year before, actually 2 years prior. And I compared that with what we're doing here with the Miami Dolphins in La La Land. It seems like every season It's a great story, great sports story. I always enjoy the good story, whether it's a team that I like or not. And I'm not as anti-patriot as the other people on this show. I just respect what they did. I mean, you have to look at it overall and say, what was Tom Brady really that great of a quarterback in terms of? I mean, you look at Marino and the way he threw the ball compared to Brady, and you're thinking to yourself, now that's a quarterback over there. But to do what they did, I mean, they did it with a lot of different things and a different system, and through a lot of changes. And let's face it, everybody had a chance to knock him off, and they couldn't. So
yeah, you gotta wonder with Marino when he got to the Super Bowl in his second year, as confident as he was in himself, thinking, "Oh man, we'll be back again," and then never again in his whole career. You feel for him there.
Oh, I mean, we just mentioned, I guess, wasn't it Roger Craig and Wendell Tyler that ran rings around Jay Brophy?
Oh, yeah.
In that Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Jay Brophy, literally, he looked like Linda Blair in The Exorcist. His head was just spinning the entire time, and these guys were running little pass patterns. And that was it. You never anticipated that was going to be the last appearance by Marino in the Super Bowl.
Right, exactly.
His second year running the team?
Yeah, yep, just his second year in the league.
I lost
money.
And
then the other great news is the Hurricane that was on the practice squad for Denver that ends up blocking the winning field goal.
Oh, yeah, wow.
I mean, New England. He blocked the winning field goal against Denver. Taylor, I think his name was?
Leonard Taylor. Yeah, Leonard Taylor.
What a great story that is.
Very nice. And look, they got some breaks in the postseason with the teams that they were going against, including what I think should be a bigger story than the Belichick snub job is where's the investigation into C.J. Stroud? Because nobody could have played that badly. I mean, it's just impossible to have that much of a drop-off. All right, we're going to get into the trivia challenge because Gurggles, and what's weird about this whole weather thing that you're talking about, Gurgs, when it's like 63 and sunny here, I think it's beautiful. I don't know why people are in hibernation.
Well, right now it's 48 and sunny in Miami Lakes, so it's a little bit different.
It's early yet, though, but it's supposed to be 65 degrees later on today. All right, we'll see what happens with that. Okay, so we'll get into the trivia challenge. You can dial us up if you want to play. We're already ready to go. 954-417-0070, 954-417-0070. Going to start the game out in the traditional fashion in honor of the Polyman, Paul Massell, who did not pass away. People think when I mention in honor of the Polyman, I get any number of messages asking me if he's still with us. Yes, very much so.
Oh, Jesus.
We pay homage to the Polyman.
We appreciate his contribution.
That's the first time I heard pay and Polyman in the same sentence. That's interesting.
No, you've heard that before. When are you going to pay up, Polyman?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Will I ever get paid? No, I mean, but we don't want to get too into that because
no.
It didn't matter. It was just part of the charm.
That's exactly right.
Persona, yeah. So here we go. In honor of the Polyman, here's Dave Gurggles, Gergely and Son.
Easy baseball. This rather eccentric Hall of Famer getting on the bus when his skipper said, "Ricky, you can sit wherever you want to. You got tenure." To which he replied, "Shit, Ricky got 16 or 17 year, not tenure." Of course, that was our buddy Ricky Henderson, Florence Henderson, Skitch Henderson, or Harry and the Hendersons.
Very nice group of choices here. Might make it a little bit more difficult than usual. Ron, you're on the trivia challenge. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, fellas. Let's go with A.
He is
well
correct.
done, Ron.
You couldn't fool him on that one, Gergs.
I'm going to catch up with the Chronics one of these Wednesdays, Ron. I'm warning you.
I'm listening.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. NFL, true or false? Tom Brady recently has been linked romantically to supermodel Bella Hadid, who just broke up with a rodeo rider. True or false?
True.
No, that's false.
I don't believe
half true. She did break up with a rodeo rider, but Tom Brady wasn't linked to her. No.
Was he a rodeo guy or an equestrian?
No, rodeo.
Rodeo
rider.
That's a rodeo or equestrian.
I thought I saw like some jumper horse.
No. Whenever I try to type in equestrian on my computer, it comes up Equibase for the scratching.
Exactly.
All right, one going for four.
3-point question for you. And we want to know which Steeler defender recorded the first safety in Super Bowl history, and believe it or not, after spending several days in the hospital with pneumonia. Was it Joe Green, L.C. Greenwood, Dwight White, or Jack Lambert?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, boy. Let's go L.C. Greenwood.
Had to be, right? No,
it was Dwight White. Dwight White.
Wait. Well, because we were talking about L.C. Greenwood because he was on this list with Belichick,
Right?
Senior finalists, and you're thinking that guy's not in the Hall of Fame. You would have thought that whole steel curtain would have gone in together. All right, going for 6.
All right, hoops. Joel Embiid just tied a record with his 16th straight game with 30 or more points and 10 plus rebounds. He tied with Will Chamberlain, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Akeem Olajuwon, Patrick Ewing, or Nate Thurman.
Oh, Jesus.
5 choices.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Okay, 5. Nate Thurman's not in that.
So even the first 4 are worse.
Oh, Nate Thurman's not one of the choices.
No.
That was going to be my answer. No. Nate Thurman didn't score that much.
That group?
Let's go Olajuwon.
No, it was Kareem
Abdul-Jabbar.
Abdul-Jabbar.
I was going to say that. Okay, Ron, blanks doesn't
you may
necessarily eliminate them with the limited field that we've been working here on the show. 954-417-0070 if you want to play the game. Ron leaves it wide open there. Usually starts out with a pretty good total. 954-417-0070 if you'd like to join us here on the phone lines. I got to check the odds on Rybakina versus Sabalenka in the final because I gave out Elena Rybakina at she was somewhere between 5 and 6 to 1 going into the semifinals to win the Australian Open. So she had to get by Jessica Pegula. She dispatches of her in straight sets. Match that ended like an hour ago, which is happening tomorrow in Australia. Well, it's actually tomorrow in Australia, but ended up about 7 in the morning. So she's now in the final. So what would you do? I mean, if you were getting 6 to 1, would you hedge off a little bit on Sabalenka in the final?
Well, what are the odds?
Probably be a favorite. I'm going to say she'll be like you might have to lay 2 to 1
on the one you already have.
Against to go ahead and pitch.
Yeah, I would let her ride.
That's what you'd have to do, right? Yeah. Just hope you win one more match.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Next set of questions. Next contestant, all set to go. Here we go.
And you talked about the Australian Open, so we did this on purpose for Australian sports. This comedian on Learning New Sports said, I couldn't quite remember how to throw a boomerang, but eventually it came back to me. Was that, of course, the way out there? Stephen Wright, Wilbur Wright, Orville Wright, or Danny Wright, who rode a horse at Delaware Park I had that paid $102 a long time ago.
There you go. Random phone scrambler lands on Mike. Mike, you're on the trivia challenge. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Dave.
He is correct, my friend.
Attaboy, Mike. All right, Super Bowl, Mike, true or false? Among the most anticipated commercials in the Super Bowl, TMZ featured a picture of William Shatner driving in traffic in L.A. when it was actually filming a commercial for Raisin Bran to be in the Super Bowl. True or false?
True.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's right.
Very
94,
nice.
95 years old. God bless him.
2 for 2, going for 5.
Takes the lead.
All right, 1998, the Detroit Pistons drew a then record NBA regular season crowd of 61,000 plus to this Pontiac Silverdome for a 125-108 win over the 76ers, the Pacers, the Knicks, or the Celtics.
Knicks.
I'm going to say Knicks.
No, it was the Boston Celtics.
It was either
two Celtics. Yeah,
one of those two. Add it down there with 50-50.
All right, got 2.
I'm going for 7.
All right, here we go. Let's take you back to one of the biggest Super Bowl upsets, allegedly, when Joe Namath and his Jets beat the Colts. How many passes did Joe Namath throw in the fourth quarter when the Jets won over the Colts? A, 0, B, 1, C, 2, or D, 10?
Jesus.
0.
I'm going to say 0.
That's right.
Oh, very
That's
nice.
Right. Well done.
Out of it. All right, Mike, you probably will be in the finals.
Just keep giving the ball to Matt Snell, Emerson Boozer.
Mm-hmm.
Little Pete Lamon's blocking in there. Although he wasn't a big blocking tight end. Great pass catching tight end. And then everybody remembers Namath with the one finger up as he was going out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just absolutely fantastic. What a character. Way ahead of his time, huh? Joe Willie.
No doubt about it. And truly, and all the times I've done Beat the Broadcaster, after he was trying to kiss that girl on ESPN, he went sober, and I met him at Ted Hendricks' tournament. He could not have been more gracious.
Always was
Paid
a good
for everybody in his foursome, but he looks like he's like 5'6" now from being bent over.
Oh, yeah?
But man,
I'm going to give everybody a chance here. You can hear him saying that as he hands you the whatever it is, to get everybody in the contest there. Did you put it closer than all of the guys in his group?
Oh, I don't remember. That's to the people. I get people coming up to me all the time and go,
how many shots do you take altogether?
I beat you and beat the broadcaster. And I go, I don't care. I made $10 off your shot when I charged 20.
How many shots do you hit in a day when you're doing that?
Oh, geez. Well, I hit one for every foursome. Sometimes I'll hit two. So maybe between 26 and 30 or something like that. But over the year,
automatic mulligan as part of the rules, and are people aware?
Sometimes I hit one and it goes in the water. Oh, hit another one. I go, are you nuts? I'm hitting one for every foursome. I ain't doing that again.
And the back's holding up. The hips are okay.
Yeah. I got 3 coming up. One for Alpert JCC, one for Miami-Dade police officers, and another one for, I think, Matter Academy. So, looking forward to them.
Nice job, Dave Gurggles over these many years with Beat the Broadcaster. If you're having a golf tournament, give the man a call. All right, ready for our final set of questions here, and then we'll go to the finals.
Oh, we're okay. Here we go. Exercise, and this is appropriate for everyone who made their resolutions. This comedian, on everyone's New Year's resolution, pondered the following. Let me ask you this. Is refusing to go to the gym, does that count as resistance training? A, Irma Bombach, Ron Bloomberg, Mayor Bloomberg, or Stephen Bloomberg?
It is a scrambler. And it actually sounds like something this man might say himself. Andy, you're on the trivia challenge. Good morning, Andy.
Hi, my boys. I'll go with A, Maury Amsterdam.
All right, now, give you half a point if you can tell me what was Maury Amsterdam's wife's name on Dick Van Dyke. On that Dick Van Dyke show.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Too much time. Pickles. They always said.
Right.
Yep. There we go. All right. True or false? Horse racing, Andy. Not that you'd ever get involved in that.
Never.
Less than 2 weeks ago, owner-trainer Dan Hertak, a longtime friend of our own Paulie Man, saddled a $72 winner that keyed a $938 exacta. True or false?
Jesus.
Is that the one you had?
Must have been. How would you remember this?
I'll go true.
Yeah,
I heard you had a big
one
hit.
I had. Yeah, you're right.
That'd be true.
You're right.
Jesus,
I don't get many of them, so I had to put it in there.
That's a move. Oh, my God.
Attaboy, baby.
Nice job.
Okay, here we go. Super Bowl. After leading for most of the game, the Rams and the Music City Miracle had to hang on to the Titan to win over the Titans when receiver Kevin Dyson was tackled on the 1-yard line by whom?
Oh, Jesus.
London Fletcher, Todd Light, Kevin Carter, or Mike Jones?
I think it was Fletcher, no?
Mike Jones. Mike Jones.
How do Mike on that?
I remember that play.
Both were duped. 2 going for 7, time for the lead, spot in the finals.
I think he's already there.
Well, give me another shot at the Super Bowl. Down 28-3 when the Patriots rallied to defeat the Falcons.
Sorry, Lubie's underselling the drama.
For the 1 seed, heading into the finals. Here we go.
First ballot Hall of Fame automatic. I don't care what the people.
Better than Belichick.
Yeah, I had a Belichick.
Down 28-3, the Patriots rallied to defeat the Falcons in overtime. What Patriots player scored the Super Bowl's first overtime touchdown? James White, LeGarrette Blount, Julian Edmond, or Tom Brady himself?
Oh, Jesus.
You know, there was so much noise. I'm thinking of the question. Did that happen in that game, you're saying?
It was the first overtime game ever. They were losing to the Falcons. They won in overtime. Who scored that overtime touchdown for the Patriots? James White, LeGarrette Blount, Julian Edmond, or Tom Brady?
No, it was a run and play to the right side. James White.
That's what I would have said.
Yes.
It was Blunt.
Yes.
Oh,
right.
Nice.
James White. Slappy White's grandson. That was the next question.
So we have a legitimate assemblage
You're
of
not in the
the finals of two guys that tallied 7. We'll break this dead heat in just a moment with the championship question. Gurggles, you mentioned Potomo cigars, but just in passing. So let's get the details on this fine smoking product.
Yeah, we're selling them like crazy here. Obviously, sometimes people are buying them and just putting them on their hands to stay warm. But the best thing to do with Potomo cigar is actually smoke it. We got them right here at the clubhouse. We sell the 10th anniversary to Champagne, but right down the road at 5750 Northwest 163rd Street, you can go and get any Potomo cigar you want, whether it's a Maduro wrapper, a Connecticut wrapper, whether it's the 20th anniversary edition to Silvio. They make them perfect one at a time. Walk in there, and there's Bruce, the concierge, former police officer who knows all about cigars, directing you, as I said, to our the humidor built by our late great friend, the Mad Dog. And I go by his house every day on the course here. I say, the Mad Dog lived there. He threw his clubs in the water, never played again. But he was a cigar guy, too, as you remember. So 305-627-6700, the number to call. Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Let's say you wake up Saturday to one of them 40-degree temperatures and you want a Perdomo cigar. Well, they're closed at that location, but go online, www.perdomocigars.com, to find a retailer near that sells these great cigars. So today and tomorrow, take Seattle, lay the 4.5, and put something great in your mouth with a cigar from Perdomo Cigars.
I did the exact same thing. After playing in a celebrity scramble where I was god-awful, and it had become, unfortunately, habitual, where none of my shots went anywhere near where they were designed to go. I picked up the clubs that I'd bought off Phil Saltzman out of a brown paper bag when he sold me a set of Tiger Sharp irons in the parking lot of the Bonaventure East course. I guess you parked for both courses there, but we're playing Bonaventure East, and I chucked them in the water, and that was it. I never picked up a golf club again. I was after being
one of our biggest fans is a starter there. You know him, Mike Weaver, Earl Weaver's son.
Oh yeah,
he always asks about you. He always asks about you. Yep.
Earl Weaver, man, and didn't he live on one of the golf courses, Earl Weaver, like Miami?
I think he did. I think he lived on the one off Hollywood and 75. When you go a little west there, Grand Oaks, maybe not Grand Oaks. I can't remember.
Oh he was there for a while because that's
the one where we tried to do the show with the mixer, trying to lay two things of wire.
We were sending phone wire,
Grand Palms.
Grand Palms. We were trying to hook it up under a sand trap or something through the submarine to plumbing that they had going there. That was an ill-fated show. Anything that happened in the Lapa Nation always occurred under some very difficult and strange circumstances. But there was Earl Weaver in the clubhouse that day. I don't know if you remember.
Yes, he was. Yep.
4 guys, and that's when the manager came over and said, "I thought you had a following." Did I say anything about that? I mean, look where we are. We're in the middle of effing nowhere. All right, here we go. Ready for the championship round of finals. As I said, we have Andy and Mike, 2 stellar players, and they're going to compete for the title here. Dave's going to fire off a question. Call out your name, guys, if you want to answer right away. Nobody answers right away. We offer multiple choice. Sometimes we give 5 choices, sometimes more. And that happened when we had Al Winters filling in.
Yes. H-I-J. What a good guy.
Yeah, you don't have to go through the whole alphabet. I don't know. I'm out of material here, which was a frequent occurrence. But anyway, then we'll offer multiple choice. We go back and forth till we have a winner. If you call out your name first, you'll have first chance. So here we go.
Good luck, guys. Here's a rather historical fact that you probably already know. The very first Super Bowl was broadcast on not one but 2 networks, NBC and CBS. Combining those 2 networks, there were 3 different play-by-play guys working for the 2 networks, believe it or not, and I'll explain why. Which of the following was not one of the 3 original play-by-play guys on the first Super Bowl?
Here we go.
Curt Gowdy, Jack Buck, Ray Scott, or Jack Whitaker? Which was not?
Mike
got in first. Mike got in.
Mike first, yeah.
Mike, who was it?
Huh?
That's who I said.
You say Buck?
What did you say?
I would agree with Mike.
Buck.
Wait a minute, who was first?
And Mike said Jack Buck.
And Jack said he's right, because Curt Gowdy did NBC, and they switched at halftime with CBS. Ray Scott did the first, Jack Whitaker did the second. So Jack Buck is correct. Well done.
Oh, good job, Mike.
Starwin, Ray Scott, one of my favorites, right? Because every call was very simplistic back then.
Yes.
It was star, dollar, touchdown. You didn't have a
Pat
guy
Summerall was a sideline reporter.
Yeah,
Pat Summerall was a sideline reporter. Jesus, that's amazing.
Very low key.
I'll give you a tip. I think on TMZ you're going to see one day that Tom Brady is secretly banging Erin Andrews.
Oh yeah, people think that.
Wow.
Yeah, because he must be giving her those coats, or else they're killing animals or something. I don't know.
I think they're synthetic fur. She clarified that because she took a lot of
flack. Oh,
okay. No, I believe that's true.
Well, perhaps
if it was a true or false question, is that real or fake fur?
Perhaps we'll see it tomorrow. We can stay warm.
If you would ask that, if that's real or fake fur that is being featured with Erin Andrews, that probably could have been, construed as some kind of obnoxious sexual double entendre. No?
That'll be on next week. Yes,
but it was about the coat. All right, we're going to get out of here on that. Probably wasn't necessary to do that clarification there, Lubie, was it? No, I don't think so.
You're something.
All right, we're going to come back with more, and congratulations to our winner. That was a good tight competition.
Yes, sir.
Andy and Mike right down to the wire there. Mike just got in ahead of Andy. Sometimes the drama in this game is as exciting as some of these finishes that we saw in the NFL playoffs. So why do I get the feeling? I don't know. Remember when the Super Bowl was always completely anticlimactic? It was blowout city. And after all of this 2-week build-up, you would watch a completely boring game. The flowers were in the punch at halftime of any Super Bowl party. People were walking out, hey, somebody's got me blocked. Do you know who's got the blue Lexus? That was the kind of thing you would get by the second quarter. You're like, well, wait a minute, man. We just parked all of these cars. What are you talking about? Always boring as hell. The halftime show was a big feature, although, see, I don't know. Do you know the lyrics to any Bad Bunny songs, Lubie? You would be more.
I know a little bit, but my wife's a huge fan. My wife, her sister.
Now, is the guy good? I wouldn't know. I really don't know. I have no judgment.
I don't love him like she does. There are some reggaeton artists I do really like. Bad Bunny, I'm sort of in the middle on, but he has a lot of hits. Like he has a lot of songs that are really popular and, have a nice vibe to them.
Again, and I'm not in any way. I believe all of this controversy about him being a performer there after some of what we've seen can't be, digging any further away from the Roger Goodell depiction of family values and the NFL.
There you go.
When you've got a guy grabbing his crotch and, they're having to bleep out the N-word. Hardly the kind of stuff that you would think was coming out of Disney. But nonetheless, the fact that the people were all flaming, right-wing extremists that were screaming about Peppa, who cares, right? That's it. The guys, is he the biggest artist outside of Taylor Swift or ahead of Taylor Swift?
Bigger than Taylor Swift. He's the biggest artist in the world.
Wow.
Because Americans, white people like him, and then internationally, there's no comparison. Like Taylor Swift's gotten decent around the world. He's huge around the world. I mean, his concerts.
And is it merited, Lubie? Is it a fluke in your opinion?
Yeah, I mean, no. He's prolific. He puts out a lot of stuff. He actually goes out of his way. He's very socially conscious. That's the funny thing is people are like, just stick to your music. His music is. It's like you're kind of like in the 70s. Like he's from the beginning. He's been putting out stuff to push the limits. And to talk about issues that exist. He's Puerto Rican. He's proud of it. And he wants people to realize how crappily Puerto Rico's treated, considering they are an American territory. Like, he has multiple songs about Trump. Like the people that are like, well, they shouldn't have picked him then, because his music is about what's going on in the world.
It's surprising, actually, that Goodell would.
That's the funny thing about this, yes. The funny thing is, picking him is like Kendrick Lamar times 10. Like, he's just as bad, and he's a bigger artist, so you're gonna have way more eyeballs than you did for Kendrick Lamar. Like,
who's making the call on this? Jay-Z?
Jay-Z. Yeah, they turned everything over to Jay-Z, and Jay-Z, look, for all the weird conspiracy stuff about Jay-Z and Beyonce, that they're in the Illuminati and all this and that, he does not mind pushing it. I give him credit. What he's done the last 2 years is put out people that the right is not gonna be happy with, but I'm geeked because I love seeing them pissed off and bitter. So we'll see. He's also fun. I mean, he has a lot of good beats.
You're looking to be entertained.
Yes, he's very entertaining. He is very entertaining. He puts on a good show.
Okay. All right. I'll look forward to it then. What will be interesting is when Kevin Frazier gets up to ask the first stroke job question at the halftime entertainment press conference. Oh, Beyonce, you look so lovely today, by the way. I've never seen anyone more beautiful. How would you like to respond to the phony losers out there that are implying that you lip sync the national anthem because you don't know the words? I mean, what are you going to say to that, right? You talk about lobbing a softball there, Lubie. That was that. And there were other people from that kind of entertainment show genre.
What was that? Hmm?
That was it. We didn't get it. You know what was cool and that was interesting to beat was Lady Gaga. When we went to that one with Lady Gaga,
It was way more fun than I ever would have.
It was like just out there, kind of poking fun at the whole thing.
I mean, she was playing catch with Terry Bradshaw.
Yeah,
she was like fun. She actually answered questions and bold crap.
They didn't have to do. Yeah, she wasn't looking for the stroke job. That
no, she was fun.
Yeah,
it was cool. The rest of them were like, had an aura. She actually has the biggest aura of all of them because she's out there, and she was like in jeans, and it was the most regular I've ever seen her dressed. And she was just shooting the crap with everyone. She's like
a normal human being.
Bradshaw. She's like, I grew up loving football. My dad's a big fan. He loves you, Terry. It was like, okay, this is weird.
That was a good one. So even though you had to suffer through any number of I guess it would be appropriate to say insufferable press conferences, suck-up jobs for the entertainment. The one with Lady Gaga, see, it was worth going to because it was just a complete departure from what you were expecting. All right, we'll come back in just a moment, wrap things up here on this Thursday edition of the Defo Show. I don't believe, you go outside in the middle of the day with like a sweatshirt on and it's too much, Louis. End up schwitzing even on the walk of life, although these conditions are absolutely ideal for a little bit of outdoor exercise and breathing. So looking forward to that, and we're looking forward to coming back with you in a moment. Now that 60 degrees, people are freezing. It's 8:49.
Hey, folks, Tony Segreto here. Let me ask you a question. What do you look for when you go out to eat? Good food, obviously, friendly atmosphere, not too loud, but good energy, reasonable prices, and a place where you feel comfortable. All those ingredients, no pun meant there, are hard to find unless you're talking about the Texas Roadhouse. You see, they encompass all of those attributes. Really, really good food, amazing atmosphere, good for a family, good for a date, or just a night out for yourself, and prices that will make you extremely happy. Their ribs unmatched, steaks hand-cut every day. Everything, and I mean everything, is made on site, including their incredible bread. It's the one day, folks, that you can forget about low-carb diets. Trust me when I tell you, Texas Roadhouse, your restaurant, your destination when you say, where should we go and eat tonight?
From the newly renovated sports bar to the beautiful bayside views captured at the Tiki Bar, Jimmy Johnson's Big Chill has it all. Located at mile marker 104, the Big Chill also offers waterfront dining while experiencing breathtaking sunset views of the Florida Keys. It's simply the hottest spot in the Keys to cool off. That's Jimmy Johnson's Big Chill at mile marker 104 in Key Largo. For more information, call today at 305-453-9066.
Recently realized it's not just hurricane season.
Joe Bees. The bees collect the pollen, bring it to Joe, he packages it, and he gets it to you. It's simple, 100% natural, and it's good for you.
There's only one place to get Joe Bees, and that's from me. Joe Bee.
If you want to look and feel good, call 877-300-5632.
Sinned against you, my Lord.
The only way to get your morning started is with Defo, joined by Lubie, right here on the Defo Show.
All right, a couple of things to catch up on here is we spent a lot of the good portion of the early part of the show talking about this Bill Belichick thing, which, all right. I mean, I can see some of both sides, but the overwhelming part of my logic would say it was a disgrace. That they definitely should have thrown this guy in there. We did see the Heat lose last night to Orlando. Lubie. Orlando sweeps the season series, but
It's annoying.
Is it on, Lubie? What do you think? What's happening?
It's funny. The day has finally come. I think it's before COVID that I was, because remember Giannis was going to be free agent at one point, and they hadn't won a title yet. So there's no way he's going to stay in Milwaukee. And the Heat have been thirsting and yearning for Giannis Antetokounmpo, I think, for 6 or 7 years. Like, I think literally they've missed.
Pat Riley's been peeing feta cheese for the last 5 years. He's so into the Greek.
Yes, like they they've missed out, and Heat fans, that's why they're assuming they're going to miss out on this. And I don't know if that's a safe assumption. We'll see. But the Heat have missed out on Kevin Durant, I think 3 times. They've missed out on Damian Lillard. They've missed out on Mitchell, I think 2 times. They've missed out on a bunch of guys that they really wanted, that they put out offers, but they were always slack offers. Everyone always said they were slack offers. This is why they were slack offers. This is the one guy that they've wanted more than any whale out there. And by all accounts, it seems like he's finally available. And what's funny, because they held back players all those times, they now are actually in the best position of any. Their trade was the best with Damian Lillard, but they could have.
Thanks. The Knicks have got this guy under wraps.
The Knicks have nothing. No one wants what the Knicks have. The Knicks have no picks, and the Knicks have all young guys that are overpaid and underachieved. The Knicks are actually in the worst position of any of the Knicks aren't even really in it. He likes the Knicks, but the Knicks don't have anything that would help the Bucks at all. It's highly paid players that are always hurt and don't do their job, and no picks. The Knicks, the Knicks, I guess, are in it because
the Knicks are in a better position to deal picks, according to what I was reading this morning. If they don't trade him by the deadline and they hold on to him to the end of the season. And they do have him, I believe, under contract for 1 more year.
Yeah.
So, and of course, Milwaukee possesses all those advantages of the new exponent of the Larry Bird rule or whatever it is. Where
yeah.
Pay your own guy $800 million.
He'd rather be traded than signed. He can make way more money. He loses $70 million.
So you think the Heat? I mean, the reason the Heat would have a great shot is because if you go back, I don't know if we archive these shows to the point where we would be able to find something that was said.
Yes.
But I did say that the only way we'll ever see Giannis Antetokounmpo in a Heat uniform would be if it was his last season and Pat Riley, bordering on, if not fully entrenched in senility, said he coveted having Giannis his entire career. And so in his last season, when he's no more valuable to the team than Chuck Nevitt would be sitting in the chair, he finally signed him as a member of the Miami Heat. But apparently, as soon as I said that, wheels were already turning. So what do they have? Look, the Knicks obviously are throwing Karl Anthony Towns in that deal.
They have Towns. They have I forgot because the guys have been so bad. Anunoby. They have the other guy, Bridges. Those are 3 guys that have huge contracts that are not that young anymore.
I get this guy McBride, not Christian.
All injury prone. And have all underachieved. Now, because you're reading the Post, so the Knicks want him bad.
No, the Post. You would think that it's a done deal.
Yeah, they're not even in it. The Knicks are, of the suitors, the 4th best option, and that's only because there's only 4 options.
I don't know if you can see that.
It's not even being considered. Because in the offseason he mentioned the Knicks, so that's why the Knicks would have a chance because he wants to go there. But it's got to be both. He's got to want to go there. And much like the Blazers, it's got to be a return that's worth it. The Knicks have nothing. They don't have young players that you want. They have proven players that are actually underachieving with horrible contracts, and they have no picks. So whatever the pick things are wrong. They've made all these trades involved picks. And they were all trades. Remember, everything they did to get these guys was all trades. What do you think they gave up to the T-Wolves? What do you think they gave up to the Nets? What do you think they gave up to the Raptors? So whoever's saying that is wrong. That's not even a little right. Right. The Warriors are the ones that could be interesting because they have the best pick situation. The Warriors are going to suck because Curry has, a year or 2 years left. So the Warriors will eventually suck. So these picks will be really good picks. The Heat, so that's the problem for the Heat is the Heat will probably be good for a while because the Heat would pair him with Bam, who's young. Giannis is only 31. So the Heat could actually do this for a while. So that's why, to me, the Heat.
Who are the Heat giving up, though?
But that's the thing is the Heat have young guys that are interesting, right? Yeah. Ware, as much as Spo hates him, Ware is very interesting. If you look at Ware's season, he's put up really good numbers when he's been giving real minutes. Ware is really interesting, okay? As much as people hate Hero and his defense sucks, he was an all-star last year, and he's one of the better young – he's still young. He's in his mid-20s. He's a really good scorer, and he's from Milwaukee. They love him there, okay? So Hero, this is actually a team that likes Hero. Jaquez. Thank goodness it's this year, not last year. Jaquez has been playing his ass off this year and is the literal guy that could start or be role player. He's very interesting. This Hakachonis kid, they finally starting him, thank God. He's an elite defender who's a really good ball handler and a really good passer. Very young, rookie deal. For the first time in a long time, he'd actually have young, interesting, cheap prospects that are playing now.
All right.
None of the teams have that.
right.
None of the teams have that. The Heat also have 2 first-round picks. If this waits to the summer, it's worse for the Knicks because the Heat will have 4 first-round picks. So
book it. As soon as I said there's no chance of this happening, it's happening.
Well, yeah. Well, and then they have proven players like Wiggins and Hero, who are both good players, past All-Stars, who have big deals that can help make the money work. So, and again, you'd never know. They could throw in a Powell. I don't think they would because it's stupid. But like the Heat, actually, the 4 teams mentioned. Now, again, if a Thunder or Spurs get involved, the Heat can't match them. But I think those 2 teams will be stupid to do this because I think those 2 teams are going to run the league for the next decade. So to mess with the core they have is dumb. Like to give up Castle or Harper if you're the Spurs is stupid. Like those are 2 young guards that are playing good now for cheap. Like Giannis is just going to mess up your whole thing. And the Thunder just won a title. Like I think so. But of the 4 teams mentioned, the Heat have the best of everything. Like the Heat are in the best position.
We'll do it. That's awesome.
We'll see.
I love it. You sounded like Scoop Skolnick on that thing, man. You were naming scrubs. I didn't even know we're on the roster.
I've been waiting for this for like a decade.
As I said, Riley's pissing feta cheese, thinking that maybe this is going to happen. All right, we're going to end on that note with the optimism of Mike Lubie Lubitz finally getting this. I don't see it happen.
Again, he can't say if he really wants to go to the Knicks. He's been there long enough that he can force his way. This isn't the Blazers. So we'll see. He is interested in the Heat and the Warriors. So I think it's more even than you think. Well, if that's the case, the Heat are in the pole position. So we'll see.
As soon as I said it, Louis, as soon as it left my lips, I realized that he was probably going to be dealt by the deadline to the Miami Heat in a deal that was then subsequently deemed to be so favorable to the Miami Heat that Pat Riley was back and being entrenched as one of the all-time genius executives in Miami and NBA history. My God, who did better? I mean, there's a possibility this Bill Zito. Could he exceed what Pat Riley has done as an executive here in town? The longevity factor would give the edge to Riley at this stage. No, Zito, what he did in a short period of time, though, is phenomenal and rivals anything. Although Riley did immediately turn around the fortunes of the Miami Heat, who are kind of like one of those lollygagging, lackluster franchises like the Miami Dolphins have become, where they're like, they're going to disappoint me again. As soon as I start to believe it, something really bad happens. So Riley turned that around and did bring championships here in a couple of different fashions. So. And ignited. How dominant was that team when after the LeBron deal? 4 straight years NBA Finals, unbelievable.
Riley's, but Zito's very interesting. Like Zito, it feels like he's already like number 2 in South Florida.
I believe the Stanley Cup is a much more difficult accomplishment than the NBA championship.
And the Panthers were
from a team standpoint, where you just don't have that one guy that can dominate a game. And if you put together a big 3 in hockey, do you necessarily win the cup? No. There have been great lines in hockey that were assembled that you thought, my God, all 3 of these guys are all-stars. And they haven't necessarily equated out to winning championships. Whereas you put that kind of combination together in the NBA, like we saw with Golden State.
Yes.
And prior to that, with the Lakers, Celtics, you're going to end up winning. All right. That was a brilliant. I sounded like Mike McDaniel at a press conference there, didn't I? Well, you know what? If you win, you're going to win. And if you don't win, you're going to lose.
Yeah, I love that he did a presser. It's like, oh, God.
Here's how you lose. You make a stupid call at the goal line instead of kicking the field goal. Why don't they ever say that? All right. We're getting out of here. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow. Professor with a big board and hopefully a whole lot of fun. The news of the acquisition of the Freak.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, we'll see. That's probably the next week. The trade deadline's the 5th. So is that next Friday or Thursday? So we'll see what happens. Again, they could hold on till the summer. So this could drag out. The Heat are actually in this one where like people are just writing it off because they keep missing. They kept missing because of this. Like they're not holding back this time. Like they will. Whatever the Bucks want, because they have actually a very interesting.
Who's the owner of the Bucks? Do we know?
Oh, I don't know. I have no idea.
Right. We got to get out of here. I got some things. Go. Sure. I will see you next time as we leave you now that.
The time.
9:02.
Let's go to eat a damn snack.